The main barrier is attitude.
Women doing better in many sectors.
My customer became my rapist.
Each show will tackle a different crisis, from poverty and child labour through to gender equality and conflict zones. Humanity in Crisis, coming soon.
آمنت بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله واليوم الآخر والقدر خيره وشره من الله والبعث بعد الموت لا إله إلا الله وملائكته. أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا. اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم.
Unraveling the latest headlines, bringing you the stories that matter. We bring you the report. Every Friday at 9 p.m. on Islam Channel.
In the modern world that we live in this materialistic society, surrounded by the hustle and bustle of life, we need to infuse real spirituality into our lives. We need some meaning. We need an ultimate role model in order to tell us how to live. Let us embark on an epic journey where we discover the fascinating life and times of the best human being who ever lived, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Join me, Yasir Qadhi, on a fascinating series of stories from the seerah, lessons and morals.
Leica Mobile is giving you a fantastic offer to call Bangladesh when you buy the national bundle. Get 500 minutes, unlimited text to any UK network, unlimited Leica Mobile to Leica Mobile calls, and unlimited internet for just £10. Plus, call Bangladesh landlines for 1p per minute and mobiles for 3p per minute. So what are you waiting for? To buy the bundle, dial the code on the screen. For more information and your free Leica Mobile SIM, visit leicamobile.co.uk today. Terms and conditions apply. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
We've made it. Today is our 100th episode of Women's AM. But what have been the highlights and the challenges? And what have you, the viewers, had to say about the show? And what does the future hold for Women's AM? Stay tuned for all that and join us in our celebrations. Welcome to the 100th episode of Women's AM. Bismillah, assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome to the 100th episode of Women's AM. It seems like only yesterday that Hassana was introducing our very first show all those weeks ago on the 15th of July 2013. And today we're celebrating a landmark episode of Women's AM. We have shared 100 episodes with you, and so in recognition we're having a very special show today. We've got lots coming up, a Women's AM quiz for the presenters, cake and exclusives. There is so much to get through, so I will waste no time in introducing our panel. Assalamu alaikum, sisters. Here to make our celebrations extra special, we have a few more panellists than usual. I'll start with the other end. We've got Sister Adama, Sister Hassana, Sister Aisha, and last but not least, Sister Nazia. Assalamu alaikum, ladies. Can you believe it? 100 episodes.
Wow. So surreal.
It's gone quick, hasn't it?
Do you feel old?
I think we all look really good for 100.
Slight confusion there, guys. We're not turning 100.
You know, when I was thinking about some of the funny things that have happened on the show, one thing comes back to mind again and again and again. And if I was to show you sisters this bowl of rhubarb.
Oh my gosh, really, sis?
What would you say?
I would say rhubarb. That's what I would say.
I would say it's a pretty healthy diet. Is it real?
Sister Nelsie, do you want to share the rhubarb
This
thing
is my
with our
fault,
viewers?
isn't it? It's completely my fault. Basically, we're always told that keep chatting, and none of us know what to say all the time. So I said, you know what? When I was at school, my drama teacher used to say that the backup, you know, in the actors, they would say rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb whenever they were at a kind of loss. And so I started that, I'm afraid.
So now, every intro and outro to Women's AM, we are rhubarb-rhubbing.
Let's do a little demo. So we say rhubarb, rhubarb, rhubarb.
You know, actually, Sister Shahina changed it. On the Wednesday show, we say celery.
Oh,
celery.
really?
It's celery.
Oh, I like it. It's out there, controversial.
It is. We're, you know, living on the edge, rebels. Celery,
Absolutely,
there we go.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we welcome that at Women's AM. Oh, which is like her sisters, like really is a funny moment, and I think it's probably going to be funnier from now on. Yeah. But I think on more of a serious side to the show, obviously we all got involved for certain reasons, you know, a lot of memories. So I kind of wanted to get, you know, the inside scoop as to, you know, what you guys want out of the show, why you started, why are we all here? So I'm going to start with Hassana.
Oh, wow, okay.
Because you're kind of, you know, pivotal role in the show, mashallah, do a lot of anchoring.
Alhamdulillah. I think, you know, for me, I think it's such an important show. It really is. It's a platform for women. It gives us, you know, the chance and the platform to kind of really express our opinions, and also, you know, it's just a chance to hear from other sisters as well. You know, we get a lot of feedback for the show, and it's always great to hear from the sisters and hear about the topics that they want us to talk about. So I always find that a really fascinating part of the show as well. So yeah, definitely, I think it's absolutely
and that's
important.
you know, really good reason to take part in Women's AM. But let's take a look at this clip now, and we'll see what Ayaan and Zainab have to say in response to the same question.
I thought it was a really good opportunity to talk about the sort of issues that women want to talk about and the ones that they do talk about behind closed doors.
I thought it was a really good opportunity to basically break down how to live essentially by Islam. For normal people who live in the West, I think it's quite hard sometimes. So it's having sisters who speak to other sisters about, you know, difficulties that they're having and how Islam can help with those issues is something that was really attractive for me.
Oh, we miss them. Some really good points from the sisters, though. Nelsie, I'm going to come to you next. Why do you feel that Women's AM is an important show for today?
I think it's so important for Muslim women to have that voice, and it's there's so many issues, you know, often there's a lot of misconceptions about how Muslim women live and just how the role of Muslim women is in Islam. So I think this just highlights our everyday lives, what affects us, what's important to us, and what, you know, how we are concerned about our children, our families, and just generally, you know, it's just showing all of that, and I think that's so important in today's day and age.
True. Yeah, no, absolutely true. Aisha, what about you? What are your thoughts? Why is Women AM so important?
Well, I mean, as Nazia is saying, is that we need to help the sisters there, but we have to take it to the next level now, because we're Muslim women, we're progressing so much, mashallah, that we have to like almost catch up with them, you know, and we have to highlight where we can take our talents, our knowledge, and how can we benefit society, and where can we, you know, where can we actually help society that needs our help? So which is fantastic what we're doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, both good answers. Let's see what some of the other sisters have to say, inshallah. I think it's really important to show that women have a voice to answer topical issues, spiritual issues, just to basically show us discussing, you know, these day-to-day subjects.
I think there are very few media platforms where women can actually, Muslim women particularly, can showcase what they have to offer in terms of their opinion, and I think it's really important that we as a sisterhood, we come together in something like this, and I don't think there's any show like this on Islam Channel either, so it's quite unique, mashallah.
I think there aren't enough Muslim women speaking about Islam in a correct way also. So having Muslim women talking about issues, especially to do with women, is really important.
You can always rely on Zainab to come out with a very clear, level-headed comment, like women discussing issues in the right way.
She's our
Completely agree.
spokesperson.
Absolutely, absolutely, mashallah.
Turning into Team Zainab.
And Adama, nice to hear your views there as well. And I'm going to come to you with the next question. What do you think is the best part of the show?
Meeting up with you guys on a lovely morning on Thursday. Well, yeah, I see like two of you guys. I think, just coming together and seeing what, basically what everyone's saying and what we're thinking and having a good banter. I think every part of the show is unique. I don't think there's any one aspect that I like better than the other, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Very diplomatic answer there.
Absolutely, yeah. Ada can be our diplomat, mashallah. Zainab's our spokesperson. Aisha, what about you? What do you think is the best part of the show?
The best part of the show is when we actually, before we go live on air, we sit down on our table and
we're rhubarbing.
Before the rhubarb, actually, it's just like, right, what do we say? Like, oh my God, are you going to say this? No, we can't say. And then we talk about something else, not related to the show, just to keep our minds like, voila. And then it's just like when we're just prepping ourselves.
And don't you think the funny thing as well, we were literally just saying it before we came on air today, how our concept of time before the show and then the concept of time during the show is completely different,
isn't it? 1 minute is not 1 minute. On the show, it's not 1 minute.
We have issues with time, don't we?
It just goes to show how time really is relative.
Yes. And can I share a secret?
Oh, please do. This is what the show's about.
In our mugs, we actually have water. It's not tea. It's not tea. It's actually water. Sorry, just to keep ourselves refreshed.
And it's usually tepid. Sometimes with a bit of dust floating on the top.
Thank you, Liz. As you're reaching there to take a sip of my tepid water.
Yeah.
Lovely to hear that. Thank you.
I can see it, actually.
So, Nazia, what has been your favourite topic so far?
So far, oh my gosh, there's so many. I love the women's issues that we've covered. So, for example, Our Men Are Standard, and I love the ones that we did, like what's happened to all the female scholars. The spiritual topics as well that we've done, and also the topics that we've done, like related to what happens at death, after death, and things like that. Oh, there's so many. There's so many. To be honest, I think that's the amazing thing about it, that I think as a show, the topics that we've covered, they're so interesting, they're so versatile, they affect everyone in some shape or form. It just touches into people's lives, and I think it just a lot of information there for people to take in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Before we go on with this question, we're just going to go to a short clip to see what some of the other sisters viewed as their favourite part of the show, inshallah. So here's the clip.
I think the best part is, you know what, I love waking up knowing that I'm going to come to the show, meet the sisters and have this kind of discussion with them. I think that for me, it's really, really, I love that.
I think the best part of the show for me is actually researching the topics and finding out things about it which I never really knew. So alhamdulillah, it's been a great learning curve for me as well.
Oh, mashallah.
Really lovely comment. Oh gosh. You do have those moments, right?
I'm going to come to Sister Adama now. What's been your favourite topic?
Oh my God, all the topics are so well-rounded and so relevant. I really like the spirituality topic. There was one particular one that stood out for me, which was what is the meaning of spirituality, which I thought was a really nice question to actually ask, because normally we talk about Islam as a religion as opposed to it being something spiritual as well.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's see what the sisters had to say on this question.
Quite like the one about taqwa. I think that was a really important topic.
Genital mutilation show, I learnt a lot from that show.
One of my favourite shows in Women's AM has to be Objectification of Women.
Aisha, favourite show? I think I would agree with that, actually. We had fun on that show, didn't we?
Yeah, real good fun. The guest was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really good, yeah.
Absolutely. I think there's been lots of highs and, a few lows along the way, but mostly highs. So, Nazi, what's been your favourite Women's AM moment so far?
Favourite Women's AM moment? All of it. How can I? It's just, I can't. I think, okay, I won't give names, but I think it was, I can think of one moment that stood out. We were in the middle of the show and the phone went off. And I was like, oh no. So that's something that sort of kind of showed to me, oh my gosh, you have to be careful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what the sisters had to say to this question.
I think definitely on Wednesdays I tend to do a food challenge, and seeing Sister Shahina's reaction, that's always a great moment for me, alhamdulillah.
When me and Shahina were having arguments about not having chocolates at near the till so that I wouldn't get tempted to buy any.
This wasn't actually filmed on the show. We had a little funny issue with some of the mugs of water that we drink. They were basically brought on just as we were about to go live, and it basically all made us laugh, but we had to contain ourselves.
I remember that show was the Envy show. It was myself, Zainab and Shahina, and honestly I literally can remember just like holding myself, holding my laughter in, because it just like, you just saw these mugs just sliding across the table.
That's so funny.
At the last moment it was hilarious.
It's just funny when those things happen at the last minute and there's absolutely nothing you can do but soldier on.
It's normal. You have to give credit to the people behind the scenes, you know, our producers Yota and Alia, you know, they just make it all happen. So all these mugs that are coming in, it's all because of them, or last minute paperwork, it's all like because of them. So
they do. They love it.
Everybody, the team definitely together.
So lots of qualities that we admire in the whole team. So Adama, what is the one of the most qualities that you admire most in your panelists?
I feel like they're going to show this in a minute, you know, and I hope I'm not going to get it wrong, but I think everyone is just so full of life and full of energy. When I walk into the room just before we actually start, see you guys smiling at me, and mashallah, I just love the fact that all of you guys are so respectable. Oh, look, your phone going off.
That's exactly
I think that's an applause from my phone.
Nice comeback, sis.
Yeah, all of you guys are just so special and so different, mashallah, and beautiful.
Oh, get the tissues out.
I know.
Come on.
Which is our sis. We're going to go to the clip, see what the sisters say.
Okay, I find Aisha and Ayan very funny, and Liz is very kind of cool and laid back. Zainab comes across very serious, and I find Shahina is really, she's really cool, mashallah. She's really funny. I love it when Hassana sort of tortures her with the food segments. That's so funny. And Hassana, mashallah, she's lovely.
What I see in all the panelists are that Hassana, she's very cool, very calm. And Shahina, she's out there, she's vocal. Ayan, I love her to bits, mashallah. She's also vocal as well. With Zainab, I like how she just talks about a point and she'll drag it on and it's all valid. I meant that in a very, like, you know, she does, you know, when because she does say, oh, you know, I do talk a bit. So, but then what she says is actually really, like, poignant. It's very relevant.
I could listen to Zainab talk all day. Everything she says is, mashallah, very knowledgeable.
Exactly.
She does, very, you know, nice way of speaking that makes you want to listen to her, mashallah. Well, a little birdie told our viewers and told me that we all have nicknames for one another.
Oh my God.
So, Aisha, tell us a little bit more about this.
I would, but I came in too late. So I was quite surprised about this.
I was as well, actually.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
I think this has got something to do with
Team Wednesday. Oh, you're blaming it on us, sis.
Team Wednesday did
Team Wednesday are the culprits. Okay, so one of the sisters decided that we should all have nicknames, and this happened literally before the show, as it does. And so we started, you know, to come up with these crazy nicknames, and some of them are really definitely quite unusual. I don't think I can reveal what my nickname is. That would be a little bit too embarrassing. But yeah, it definitely reflects some of the personalities that we see. It's kind of an alter ego nickname.
You're going to have to give an example now, because
I can't do that.
Well, I think we're actually going to
you're going to do the big
clip
reveal
in a minute, and we're going to hear what some of the sisters have to say. So it's going to be quite interesting. Adama, are you familiar with the whole nicknames?
I am actually. Yeah, I was in on it. I've been on the memo. I've got one, and I don't believe it. But anyway.
So you're one of the culprits.
She's not as innocent as she looks, though.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the clip and hear more about these nicknames.
I think the reasons behind our nicknames, well, to be honest, I didn't pick my own nickname, but the reasons behind it is because, you know, everyone's kind of got their own personality traits. So one of the sisters decided that we should each have a nickname, and so they gave me a nickname. I don't think I should give away what it is, but apparently it's supposed to reflect my personality, so there we go.
I didn't come up with this at all. I think the reason why we came up with nicknames is that we wanted to kind of basically establish the personalities that we have on the show, because everyone's quite different. I've been called Princess Nubia. I don't know why. I really don't know. When I look at them, it's like, no, I ain't no Princess Nubia. But it's just a bit of banter, really. Alhamdulillah.
A really concise explanation there from Adama.
Basically,
I know take no behaviour.
It's very sweet of you guys, you know, flattered, but no.
So, finally, to round this all up, what kind of response have we had from sisters? And I'm going to go to Nazia.
Generally, I think, mashallah, I think they've really been positive about the whole show. They've liked the things that we've covered, just the whole, you know, they learn a lot from the show, as we do, and it's definitely a very... It's just amazing experience, I guess, for them as viewers watching us.
Absolutely, and we had a great response at GPU this year.
No, absolutely. I think for me it was amazing that I had people coming up sort of saying that, you know, they used to watch certain shows on other channels, and now they've kind of left that to come and watch Women's AM. So that's really quite a really good thing as well. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hassana, have you had any?
Yeah, definitely. Especially on social media, I often find that a lot of people, you know, send a tweet or on Facebook message just to say, "Oh, really enjoyed that show," and you know, alhamdulillah, it's really nice to get comments like that, because you know that it's affecting, you know, it's affecting people, and it's really, you know, it's something that they're connecting with.
The right buttons, isn't it, in terms of what's important to you.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what it's all about at the end of the day, isn't it? Which is Jazakallah. Let's go to the final clip to see what the sisters have to say about that.
Alhamdulillah, Offset, we've received such amazing responses from people, you know, who've made life-changing decisions. I met a sister at an event once who said that because of watching this show, she actually started to wear hijab and start practicing Islam better, and I thought that was absolutely amazing.
Mostly, actually, all positive. Everyone who've come up to me have said that they really enjoy the show, and we've spoken about really important topics, and I'm really glad about that.
It's always nice to get positive feedback, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I mean, I've had some really good feedback while we're live on air, and we've got our guests, who Sultana Praveen and Sayyida Zaidi. They both said, "Mashallah, fantastic work." And there was another sister as well, if I can grab her, she's somewhere. And Munawwara Harim, she says that mashallah, it's a fantastic show, and it's nice because, you know, when you're interacting with people, especially like Hassan is saying, is on social media, it's like you can actually speak to everyone who watches the show, and especially with GPU, because we're like live talking to them face to face. It's fantastic to actually see their expressions on their faces.
Definitely.
Lovely.
And I'm sure I shall keep us updated with any more comments coming in over the course of the show, inshallah. Well, Jazakallah khair, sisters. We're off to a break now, but don't miss the next segment, when we'll be having cake, some exclusives from the sisters, and more chit chat about our highs and lows, inshallah. See you in 3.
Sign up today at www.understandquran.com.
O mankind, read Al-Quran, the Last Testament, to get your free pack containing the meaning of the glorious Quran and 10 free publications. Please contact IDCI on 0121 327 2277 or visit www.idci.co.uk. Also available as a free MP3 CD of the complete Quran recitation. Support Dawah in Britain. Please donate generously. IDCI, committed to conveying the message of Islam to every home in the UK. Inshallah.
Welcome back to Women's AM, our celebratory 100th episode. I'm Liz, and joining me on the panel today we have sisters Nazia, Aisha, Hassana and Adama, mashallah, very full panel. Well, no celebration would be complete, of course, without a cake. We have this beautiful, delicious looking cake that has been made for us by Sweet Treats by Ifat.
It looks
And the cake looks absolutely amazing. So please do like her Facebook page, Sweet Delights by Ifat, mashallah. What do you think, sisters?
To be honest, I don't know if I could actually
eat it.
You don't really want to cut it, right? It's just
those kind of cakes really.
Let's just dig in. Let's just go in.
I just like, no, let's go for it.
Hey, is it chocolate? Let's find
Shall
out
we,
then.
let's just hold the cake up
find
so
out.
our viewers can admire it
There we go.
as much as
As
we
they
can.
It's
wow.
it is beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is, yeah.
I think it's Victoria Sponge.
You're going to take a wager at that. I kind of can, guess from
you've got a
that.
little
It's a little bit. I've got a
sneak
little bit of
preview.
a preview. I think it might be chocolate.
Do you need chocolate?
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
can we go on now?
a bit of tube damage from the commute in on the side there. But I think we should
dig in.
tuck in, don't you?
Yes.
Shall I be mother?
There we
Do
go.
the honours. Do
Go
the
for
honours.
It's so exciting.
I hate doing this at home, having to cut the cake. It's so much pressure.
Don't worry, sis. No pressure here.
No pressure. You've only got like 1,000 viewers watching you.
More than that.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Oh,
Mashallah.
lovely cake. I've had Ifat's cakes before, and
Yeah?
they're always beautiful and delicious.
Well, they're definitely
so who
really,
wants
really
the
well
first
presented.
piece? Everyone's going to be shy, so I'll start with
crew
you.
now.
The crew wants the cake.
Oh, yumminess. There you go, Ardema.
Thank you, sis.
I hope everyone's having cake, yeah? Everyone's eating, good.
It's so exciting.
Who's going to say no?
Well, absolutely, yeah. This is a celebration. So we've had lots of exciting things in the past 100 episodes.
We have.
And lots of exciting things coming up.
We do.
Yes,
Inshallah.
we do. I mean, we've got we'll be talking about